Bible still reading, God we trust. Truthfully we envy, so why we so envious? And why our own kind envy us? Pac said it's hard, but we gotta keep our head up. Going even though we know we fed up. It's hella tension, cause we ain't careful where we all pay attention. I need all my real soldiers on the front line, fighting for the right just one time. So unstoppable together at the same time, with the same mind. Yeah, we're born to be high and always above what's beneath us. So every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto need a black superhero. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto need a black superhero.
I'm talking bulletproof kind of suit, reflect the struggle that they put us through, with the strength to fight the power like Chuck D do, with the insight to be equal. No disguise needed, a voice that finds reason to multiply people in the streets for the cause. Marching on Washington miners, we'll be walking through walls. Type of superhero show up when ain't no one to call. That'll shield you from them shields that been killing us all. High beams for eyes to peek the villains in the dark. Power of resolution for a war would even start. The knowledge to build and grow where they live and take care of the kids and the older folk. The clean cause they need it most. Politics with the kings about economic growth. Cure PTSD cause mental health ain't a joke. Feed the hungry and dope. Everyone would know everywhere we go.
Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto need a black superhero. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto need a black superhero. It's gonna take one of us to save us. It's gonna take love and a lot of trust. We just got to get that faith and know that. Because you got mine, I got your back, I know. It's gonna take one of us to save us. It's gonna take love and a lot of trust. We just got to get that faith and know that. Because you got mine, I got your back, I know. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto need a black superhero.
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. Yeah, I jump out the booth. Then I might hop through the roof. Got all the rings, stuff. My team is the truth, but they some liars to you. And they never sing, but they always shoot. And all of their diamonds.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And off we go on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. These two teams have met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they're trying to win here in Philadelphia to capture the season series. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw. Skinner. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive. He gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
The check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can you stay with these receivers in third-man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Skinner. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Throwing on 1st down. Skinner. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop the throw. That's into the hands of Tolbert. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Look at the big man rumble. He's at the 40, the 20, 10. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return. And Eagle touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look? He rifles one that's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. Right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Pollard again. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he'll get about 5 here, so he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
For Bucks there, he nicely bit off. A pretty decent game.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Got his man there complete to Gallup. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4. On 4th down, Skinner. This throw left side is caught by Tobert. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The drive will start with Connor. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. And Sanders has got it complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Miles Sanders first carry of the game. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. This defense for the Cowboys, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
Yeah, they held them to well under 200 yards of total offense, and in today's NFL, that's a feat to be proud of, especially with the emphasis on offense and what we're seeing each and every week, that great creativity and usual productivity.
14-0 to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They're going to look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Sanders. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. They'll drop to throw. It's caught. Smith. And he won't get close. Only a yard. 4th and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first-half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. It's set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
On 1st and 10, Skinner. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
To throw on 2nd down. Skinner. Out of his hands quickly to CeeDee Lamb. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 36. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left them no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Skinner. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Skinner. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of 1st down. That's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 4th down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Now that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it. Those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. They'll look to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
He'll drop to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Micah Parsons in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense, because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Defensively, celebration time, because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 36. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. They go play action here on 1st down. Going across the middle, and Goddard's got it. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now back to throw. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
I'd have to say they're feeling like they are in rhythm right now. Things are in sync, aren't they? Team's winning, got a nice little margin on the scoreboard, completing some passes, and they just completed another one for a first down there to the tight end.
shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2nd and 9. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
And that's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks. And you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Throwing to start the drive. Skinner over the middle, complete. That's Schultz. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. To throw on 2nd down. Skinner. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. It's still going quite good here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so at least they're not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. They're ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to have this short field here as they take over at 50. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he rifles it complete. Caught by Landry. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. 20! Touchdown, Philadelphia! Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play, partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no thought to bring this one out. They'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right, throw it out the window. Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Skinner. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Skinner. And his throw here is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Back to throw again. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he comes back with one complete. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the Eagles will take over here at their own 12-yard line. And with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Gonna need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. What a difference a week makes. 5 interceptions in their last game. Here we are, 4th quarter. He's played mistake-free football.
And I'm sure that we can look back on the past week and say, okay, he spent time in the film room and they worked on his mechanics. Sometimes it's just your team believing in you, your coaching staff believing in you, and you relax and play to your potential. And he's doing that in this game.
with Sanders up the middle. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Another run with Sanders. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. The Eagles send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is brought in at the 21. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. As time has run out on this football game. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about it. Cool. I be going there like deposit. You don't really